Hello, good day everyone. I am JN together with my partner Reneth de los Santos. We will present to you the story The Corral by Edith Tiempo. So before we proceed with the theme of the story, let us have first the summary to further understand what is why we have this theme. So the story revolves around a woman named Peller, a resigned teacher pressured by society's expectations of her. She also struggles with her feelings for a man named Gregorio and his admirer, Mr. Perfecto. So Peller thought that Gregorio would be the man she would end up in a relationship because of Gregorio's actions, like very gentleman. So she thought it was a great feeling, but it was just a misunderstanding. She assumes that Gregorio's actions means a thing. So Bella realizes that her feelings are only the result of the pressure she has towards people expectations of her getting married. So Mr. Perfecto is the man obsessed with Peller that continues to visit her often, but Peller does not like it, so Mr. Perfecto decided to stop for a while. Okay, you might be curious why we have this title, The Coral. So, one of the things why Peller had a lot of realization in life is because of the coral that his father is taking care of. While watching his father and her uncle clean and relocate the corals, she realizes that her life is similar with it. During the time when she went to the beach to go with her father and his brother and uncle, she half dreamed that she was with them as they lifted the net from the bottom of the coral. So she thinks that, like how people set up the coral, her life is also similar. She let people set up her life and she did not realize the beauty of herself. She only listens to other people's suggestions, decisions, and she was pressured that about her not getting married. So that's the summary of the story The Coral by Edith El Tiempo. So the main characters of this story is Peller, uh, Gregorio, and Mr. Perfecto, the admirer of Peller. Okay, they are one of the reason why Peller had a lot of realizations also towards life. So now let us move on to the theme of the story.
The theme of the story are gender constraint and societal expectations. The Choral by Edith Tiempo explores the theme of gender constraints and limitations imposed on women by societal expectations and cultural norms. The story focuses on the protagonist, which is Pilar, and her struggles within a story that dictates her choices and actions. Pilar finds herself hemmed by the conservative values that shaped her decisions and influenced her behavior. She is expected to conform to established roles assigned to women, which often relegate them to passive and submissive position in their relationships with men. One particular incident in the story highlights the power of dynamics and gender expectations prevalent in Pilar's world. During their second meeting with Gregorio, it is Gregorio who who initiates the conversation, taking the lead with while Pilar remains silent and demure. This interaction underscores the prevailing notion that men are supposed to be assertive and dominant, while women are expected to be compliant and submissive. The asymmetry, the asymmetry in their roles reinforces the, the oppressive nature of the culture expectations placed on women, curtailing their agency and freedom to pursue their own desires. The Choral by Edith Tiempo holds symbolic significance in the context of the story. Seems like she was fenced. In the story, the title metaphorically represents the restrictive environment that Pilar finds herself in due to societal expectations and cultural norms. Similar to how animals are confined within a coral, Pilar is constrained by the gender constraints and limitations imposed on women. She is figuratively fenced in the expectations and roles assigned her by her community. The coral becomes a symbolic of the societal boundaries that confines and restrict Pilar's action, choices, and even personal growth. The coral makes us think about the roles that society and the culture placed in women. It is us to think about people like Pilar who have to live within these rules. Uh, they often they often have to give up what they really want to do. To The story reminds us these strict rules can stop people from growing and reaching their full potential. Thank you.